kuti nawonso akhale nawo pa msonkhano wa atolankhani umenewo. Tikuyembekezera kuti akhale akupitiriza kutambasula zimene anayankhula lachisanu lapitali usiku amene wa engineer Vitumbiko Mumba makamaka pa nkhani imene ya chisankho. Tipereke tsopano kwa amene akhale akutsogolera msonkhano umene wa atolankhani amene wandi Jesse Kabwira, mneneri wa chipani cha Malawi Congress MCP.
Thank you very much for heeding our call, inviting you to this momentous and I would say auspicious press conference, which is entitled, "We've Got This." It is entitled, "We Have Got This." Ndikuthokozeni chifukwa cha nthawi sitichedwa. Malawi Congress Party inaitana koma tithokoze kuti mwayembekeza. Kungoti nthawi ya Mulungu sikhala yolakwika. Ndekhululukani pepani koma nthawi imene analemba kuti zimenezi ziyambike ndi inoyo. Tithokoze kwambiri atolankhani. Po nthawi zonse tikakuitanani mmabwera. Nde chifukwa cha nthawi ine ndingonena kuti amene atiyankhulire mawu amene achoka kwa mtsogoleri wathu Dr. Lazarus Makathi Chakwera akhala akutambasulidwa ndi running mate athu Honorable Engineer Vitumbiko Mumba, amene pano abwera pamodzi ndi Secretary General wathu Honorable Richard Chimwendo Banda, amene tonse timamutchula kuti bulldozer. Mukumuona aso ali patsogolopa, inenso ndili pano. Ndipo yamba tisanapite patali fasi tifuna chedwa ndipemphe Honorable Majonanga atipempherere.
Tiseke masoti amike. Ziko mwe Yehova Mulungu okhulupirika, Mulungu okhala kumwamba. Tikukuyamikani ndikukuthokozani Yehova Mulungu ifa cha nthawi imene Mulungu imene mwatipasa pa nthawi ino. Molingana ndi mawu anu amene akupezeka pa Yeremiya 33 verse 3 mukutisimikizira kuti tikuyitaneni ndipo muzatiyankha ndipo muzatipasa fezi sisi zopambana ndi zolakalakika. Ndichifukwa chake Yehova Mulungu tili pano Yehova Mulungu. Posonyeza Yehova Mulungu mawu amene akutoka pa Genesis 1 verse 26 mwatenga mu chifanizo chanu. Ndipo mwatenga mu chifanizo chanu mwatola kuti nyacho chili bwino Yehova Mulungu. Ndipo munthu mnamudalitsa ndipo ndamene ife tili pano pa Yehova Mulungu. Mulandire ulemu mulandire matamando. Munyengo zonse zimene tikudusa Yehova Mulungu. Munga mwana mwe mulatimikizira kuti Yehova Mulungu tipemphe kwa inu ndipo muzatipasa. Yehova Mulungu tikupempha kuti mphamvu na mzimu woyera mwe mulatimikizira pa 1 Korinto 2 verse 9 kuti Yehova Mulungu zimene sinazone ndi zimene sinaziganiza ndipo zimene sinazimva takapostoka kazi sisi mukuone sa Yehova Mulungu muzimu woyera Yehova Mulungu tikupempha kupezeka kwanu Yehova Mulungu mphamvu ya mzimu woyera muzina lopambana Yesu Kristu tipemphera. Amen.
Mwabaderadera tilandire mamembala a Malawi Congress Party Sanje Tichitipa Likoma Tunchinji. Pompano ndikhandikuyitana running mate athu Engineer Vitumbiko Mumba kuti akuyankhuleni mene mudziwira ambiri mitima ili mwamba koma lero tikupatsireni kuti kodi ife kuchoka ku Malawi Congress Party tikuti bwanji. Zikoma kwambiri. Honorable Vitumbiko Mumba bwerani.
I think amene amapempherawa anayiwala chimozi kufunsa kuti amene akufuna Rwanda iso ndi ndani foti amalikiratu nenga talipo eno ochimwa ngati ine ngonongwezanza na chamwamba mulandire Yesu lero lino. Ena anaika zitawa popo maybe ena anaika zitawa popo bwese pano pamene apena zinzawo na ABC my journalists they put their mics there.
Amene angafune kupanga move mic out
kuti bwera hapa.
It's okay.
Ndikale pansi?
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Is that okay with you?
Okay, then the laptop.
You do come. But it's still okay.
Right, eh?
How is it? It's all right? Okay.
Olemekezeka Richard Minobanda amene ali Secretary General on Congress Party, komanso Jessica Bwira amene ali Publicity Secretary on Congress Party, asogolera onse mamembers aku NEC muli pano, ndaona ambirimbiri muli pano ali kazipatike, komanso akudowa onzathu akudowa kusamba zonzi acholera ali pano, Data of Women ali pano, akondi muli pano, ambirimbiri ndithu akuli Joniso motsogozedwa ndi ochilondola chokudedza zomwe kwambiri mafika pano, komanso nkhalakale pandale olemekezeka Heather Kintaba, komanso tonaso pali Zeria kodi Zeria, komanso Atsogo Kemso muli pano, my brother there, good to see you Gafa. Yeah, yes, Hene Mumba, my cousin, good to see you here, and everybody else from Congress Party. Tonaso Avera Kantukule, former ministers Kumbidze ndenotero maule mwanu ndithu, komanso nonse members from the press mwafika panopa landilani ulemu. Good afternoon. Fellow citizens, especially our brothers and sisters from Malawi Congress Party, I want to tell you one thing before I begin my statement. We got this. And I say it without any iota of doubt, with confidence. Yes. Not only that, but because I've seen what you have not seen. The devil comes to kill, steal, and destroy. Will not allow that on Mother Malawi. I address you on behalf of Malawi Congress Party, and more especially on behalf of our presidential candidate, His Excellency Dr. Lazarus McCarthy Chakwera. The one who won in 2020? No. 2014, he won. Yes. He was robbed of victory. Yes. 2019, he won. He was robbed of victory. Yes. But God did not allow it. Yes. 2020, he got what belonged to him. Yes. And that will not be taken away from him. That's why I can confidently say, we got this. On September 16, Malawians went to the polls. You voted in peace, and more especially with purpose, to choose your leaders. It is our resolve today and our shield against those who steal the will of the people. The fact that you voted in peace and with purpose, that has formed our shield and our resolve to protect the will of Malawians. Our independent teams of party agents, lawyers, forensic experts have worked without pause since elections day. Their findings are very clear, they are consistent, and deeply troubling. We state plainly and without hesitation, the Democratic Progressive Party, have not stolen anything from us, but we have caught them stealing. Ndiyankhule nchichewa sana beyai komata agwira akuba. And I want to tell them this, our colleagues from DPP, we got this. To those that try to steal their way to victory, know that we know that you know that we know your ways. I want to say that again. Know that we know that you know
We know everything about your ways. This is not 2014. It's not 2009. It's not 2004. This is 2025. Simungabwere kunkhondo imene enafe tuswera ndi ma drones ndi mipeni yayi. You can't bring knives to a drones fight. Never. Never. What I've said here are not slogans or empty rhetoric words. They are conclusions drawn from a body of evidence our teams have already compiled. Original polling station results forms, agent statements, time-stamped photographs, digital transmission logs, and go to Jesse. Go to you lecture English languages Mshasa College. Okay, kuma alemba chomwe icho ndesi lichichula. A good contemporaneous notes. I'm an engineer speaking figures and drawings, so please understand me. All right. And contemporaneous notes. ISG mundirembere pa WhatsApp njisunge ichi njiroweze. I must go to the computer mulibano antaba. You know this, I believe. Okay, and from their notes, from accredited observers and party agents, the pattern is logical and traceable. Raw results recorded at polling centers do not match figures later announced at tally centers. A polling center alemba zina, tally center yapa kusiwese zina, zimene zikupita ku make. Null and void notes, ballots are concentrated in MCP strongholds at rates far above possible error. And the critical stages of result transmissions were accompanied by coordinated operational failures, especially in the central region. Key factual points that demand we would like to inform Malawians and more especially our members are as follows. I think it was good using this laptop of yours than Kuzolembazi. It's in Zano SG. In Zanga laptop, I think this is better. Thank you, Jess, for this. Huh? On 18 September 2005, a case, as an example, emerged in Intakataka constituency in Deza. Can you display it for us, Ada? Just to move a bit. Now, I will just come here. Can you zoom? Zoom. When you see for our brother and esteemed former president Arthur Peter Mutalika, mavoti awo apopo alipa 8488. That was manually entered data. Can you now go to the one they did electronic transfer? Utabanga punch, utabange matotos. Can you go that one? The second one, the original, the inaija. Dumabasa copy later on. Inakwera figure ya APM yoka. So this is not only in the district, it's in several, about 12 districts, including Zimba, Likoma, Neno, Luchenza, and other various districts. And for Likoma, I went there myself. Likoma zona adi gende miala gendera muja. When you look at the manually entered tally sheets, Likoma APM has got less than 2,000 votes. 1,020 something thereabout votes. Komaza electronically abanga enter into the system, it shows good ID over 6,000 votes. And these are facts that I'm saying we have seen. When I say we got this, I mean WEGOTTHIS. We got this. Another example, another example, another manual. The second one, this is, hey, anyway, we just show the media the examples, what you have, just copies. Now, you can't have everywhere only Peter Mutharika increasing. Electronic. Now, that's one aspect. And as I speak to you this afternoon, we have already lodged a complaint with MEC yesterday, last night, on this one, before 10 o'clock, we had already lodged a complaint with MEC and assigned it up on a stamp. We can show you copies if need be, just the front page, not everything. We have submitted to make. You must also appreciate kuti when you submit kuti zafike kwa opanga announce kuti tandra complaint yakuti yakuti there's a process. So sometimes when announce here mwina sabanga knowledge later on, don't blame us or don't blame make, it's a process. Yoti mukapeka katundu, it goes through stages before they make announcement. So bear with us and make as well. Oh, it's working, and make as well on that. Number 2, stuffing of ballot papers into ballot boxes in various districts. And we have an example of Mangochi Masongola. Malawians of goodwill in Mangochi called us with evidence that some took videos of people stuffing ballot papers into ballot boxes. And last night we dispatched a team of people who this morning have done a great work and have sworn affidavits, 12 so far, from 12 monitors from 3 constituencies in Mangochi as we speak to Panopa. We have already lodged a complaint with MEC this afternoon, and I believe it will be acknowledged later when they have a press conference about the same. And we're still compiling the same sworn affidavits from various monitors and members of goodwill, even presiding officers who have said no, their conscience is very clear. They don't want to be under the spirit of mammon that loves money. They said no, we can't do this. We have to speak the truth. Some are coming from Blantyre and others elsewhere with the same evidence, which we submit to make maybe tomorrow. But it's easy to come as Banga submit the 2 examples I've given so far. Direct, on this one, you see, and that to what Togo's and that to TPP, they were very smart on this one. They had a good game plan, including from propaganda, media, well planned. Let's give credit where it's due, but we don't know. we got this. They are well planned and they are well organized scheme, and their plan was very good, but in an evil way. So we give them credit. They are very good at it, planning nicely to do evil and bad things to Malawians, and for that we give them credit for that. The ones that planned this scheme of stuffing ballot papers into ballot boxes, they were clever. They knew that at the end of the day, Malawi's party will go for physical auditing of ballot papers. Now, anapanga plan B, kuti ngati we go that route, tikapeze mozo mbili nkati moja. That's why kuchoro pesa kuti of voter 181 koma mavota IPM 207,000. Ndio kuti azipanga staff mutimo mene moja. Now, kwa laptop ya ni Jesse chatima suka. I didn't know kuti ufetoko eroti basi chima pango jen. Come here, pati lemina. Apanga. Oh yeah. It's okay. Sijanga paper net. Now, they had a plan B. Kuti, once we go for physical auditing, we find the ballot papers in the ballot boxes. That's why we have written make Kuti, when doing physical auditing, don't just count, but let it be a physical auditing. For the law says physical what? Auditing, not recounting. Physical auditing, checking a ballot paper in the origin on the NED against what was plucked from the ballot papers in the booklet. The serial numbers, all that must be checked. And unfortunately, there's no time, but it has to be done at all cost, so that the credibility of the election is not in question. Then the third one is direct discrepancies. You find that in multiple polling station, result forms signed by presiding officers and party agents show different tallies from those being announced at constituency center. These are not clerical differences. They are systematic shifts favoring a certain candidate for a particular party. And the Sumakara 1 constituency is almost all what? Constituencies, especially concentrated in 13 districts that we mentioned across the country. Now, Choda Wisa, Central Region, kwa churuka manaro and void. Dezayo Lirongerudo, 22,400 Naran void, which is more than a constituency number. Actually, Likoma, 3 Likomas, Naran void. Deza, 10.5, Doha, 8.9, Kasungu, 8.2, Salima, 5.2, Gora, 5.6, Nchisi, 5.9, Zomba, 4.8, Mwanza, 1,000. Rumpi 1,000, Karonga 800 Jagut, Nsanje 2.7, Now, if where DPP is strong, like Cholo, Mulanje, 400 jani, non-void votes. Koma kumene MCP is strong in tens of thousands in terms of non-void votes. This pattern and that they were smart indeed, but not smart enough. Because when you add Central Region alone, we are getting to over 150,000 non-void votes just for Central Region alone. And this we have not yet put to make because Tipanga submit today before the close of business today in York. We are still compiling from other places, so we know by the end of the day Tipanga submit. I believe we're on track, SG, and also Gazipatike Kuti, we are on track on this one. The Tamange did to make it take. Then again, we've got a chain of custody concerns. In several instances, our agents were denied full access to tally materials or were obstructed when attempting to verify constituency level documents. Even at polling centers, when it was time to count, our monitors were sent away and their phones were snatched. Especially in the Eastern region, Sapitwa Belt, I don't call it Yomwe Belt, I call it Sapitwa Belt. So I've got the Eastern region, Sapitwa Belt, and pockets of the lower Shire, whereby our monitors were literally denied access to my votes, and our monitors were chased. Whether they were compromised because the God of Mammon is at work, I don't know, but God is great. The truth always prevails. These obstructions break the chain of custody and raise the risk that original records were altered after polling. Their phones were confiscated and denied to monitor the counting of votes and sealing of ballot boxes. Because these are factual evidence-based findings, and because of democracy demands, and because democracy demands transparency, the Malawi Congress Party has taken the above complaints to Malawi Electoral Commission, and we're compiling more evidence on the same, except for one, Ndagambakaria non-void votes in Central Region, which is suspicious. We are trying to check. It has never happened before. It's a new way from TPEX to non-void. I might DBB. They are good at that. They've done a good job, but no, we got them. Now we kindly request and we kindly and politely request Malawi Electoral Commission to look into our complaints in a transparent but expeditious manner, because time is not on our side. We will also appreciate if May can publish every constitutional level result form and explain any discrepancy between polling center figures and later tallies to what Empire make as many as easy. Our SG will be writing them on this request, because Tangopanga ma complaints here, and we have written what we want, but again we want them to go beyond that, to have good kind of credibility, a kind of trust in the electoral process. So we're saying, Kuti, we are asking, or we will appreciate if they can publish publicly the constituency result form and explain any discrepancy between that. You see, what's happening is what we discovered, as explained earlier, when, like in my constituency, where I come from, Zimba Central constituency, by the way, I'm the only running mate who has won a primary seat. Say congratulations, you guys. Now, running mate in a primary seat, I got the national level. No, not possible. Now, what's happening with it? For the sake of our friends to understand, when it transferring the upper manually transmitted computed tally sheet into the EMD, now this one is a software that is being used across the country. In no way only 1 or 2 or 3 or 5 or 16 or 20 can be compromised. It means every EMD machine was compromised in that area, in that aspect. Now, if that is compromised, what about the total tallying system? So when would I make a pange check the summation, because like in my constituency I've got 50 polling centers, so they were adding manually. They were adding using the machine. Then we believe that's where now the trick was played. Now if they're able to penetrate that and fit that, what about make? So we trust make, we trust everybody. We're not speculating anything. and we believe in make and respect make a lot. Koma tikupempha kuti mwina kapena atangonako how summation yama results from polling centers, the formula enda bwanji, because in the engineer tunapanga summation using Excel sheet. Jagubuhara, he knows how we do summation, field quantity and cast quantity. Sometimes use AutoCAD to computing. You use what? You use Excel. The summation they put some figures to increase volumes. So we're saying to pempe now the warring part Dodi is only consistent with one candidate. That then you only a blind cannot see who's behind this. Only a blind man cannot see who is behind this kind of problem. So we're saying no. We call upon MEC to protect all physical and digital election materials to preserve the chain of custody pending investigation and any necessary judicial action, because nthawi yapo ku 22 kandi kuti kumene kuja anaocha warehouse to and kuti no tsapangeli count, and we know how our friends operate. We don't want that. So we are calling upon MEC to work with we are polite and kind, calling upon MEC to work with our security agents. But the ballot papers, ballot boxes are secured. Pending whatever we need to do. As Malawi Congress Party, we will pursue. I want to assure Malawians and especially our brothers and sisters from Malawi Congress Party that we will pursue every lawful avenue. That's number one. Every lawful avenue. Administrative, that's what we're doing at the moment. This is administrative. If we see no progress, civil ways, and where appropriate, criminal avenues to ensure accountability for those who are tempted to subvert the vote. Again, I say this, we got this. I want to say this.